Hello, everyone. Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com. It has been a crazy, wild week, and following Thursday's session, we went to red flag conditions again to protect ourselves in case things got really ugly. And once again, following what I kind of perceive as a crack candle, there's just no follow through. This 1010 changed everything. Since 1010, I have not received a grade A signal via my multiple ways I like to trade. 21 EMA, hammer candle after a strong uptrend or breakout on heavy volume. Price volume BOP setup, pocket pivot point signal setup, catalyst trade setup, earnings winner undercut and rally setup. It doesn't matter what methodology I try to employ. Since 1010, zero grade A setups, constant grade B setups, and lately grade B setups being treated with grade C size, especially after yesterday's candle. So pretty bearish session, but once again, a hard crack, no follow through. 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 Doesn't mean it can't get worse. It easily could. The J and K and the HYG are looking very weak. The 21 EMA is living below the 50. ARC doesn't look good. 21 EMA is below the 50. FFTY does not look good. 21 EMA below the 50. And if you look at Bitcoin, very, very ugly. Now, guys, in the long term portfolio, if IBIT can get down to right around $40 a share, even on the way down, I'll be buying it in my long term portfolio. Another ETF I'm going to be buying is GDLC, even if it waterfalls to the level. If it can waterfall to 30, I'll get it on the way down. I won't even hesitate. So that's quite a ways away. Nothing says that they have to get there. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do if they do. But Ethereum and Bitcoin doesn't look pretty. And during the sweet spot of the market uptrend from April to, I'd say, the end of August is when I started to notice that things were getting really wobbly, but it wasn't until 1010 that things actually cracked. And no coincidence, that happens to line up exactly with when Bitcoin hit a high before the fake out breakout rollover. Huge distribution and red bop in this chart. I mean, you can see it in Bitcoin. I mean, it's ugly. ETH. That's why I like these Telechart version 7 charts. They are antiquated, but I can make BOP line up with price, and it kind of gives me a clearer picture of what's going on. I mean, other stocks, like look at CoreWeave. You know, the red BOP's in there, NBIS on the rollover. I mean, things look different. CRCL. So it shows up a little bit different to me. It looks weak, but, you know, it's not all dire out there. You know, the VIX also. Want to let everybody know the VIX, another reversal candle after a strong up candle. Every time it has this, it is the low for a while. What you're going to watch out for is if you get that reversal kind of candle and then you eclipse the old highs. You kind of get that reversal candle, eclipse the old highs. So if we take out today's high of the day, watch out. I would expect another leg down. But with all that being said, it's hard for me to be super bearish here. I remain a secular bull. There are issues, but there's still some nice stocks holding up. Now, the sectors that are actually holding up, I wouldn't say are your AI semiconductor sectors that are just like, oh my gosh, look at all these leading stocks. But that being said, MU looks great, but so did SanDisk until yesterday. But that still looks fine overall. MU looks fine. AMD looks fine. Nothing terrible, tragic there. Yes, Nvidia is weak. Palantir is weak, but also on that same note, nothing looks terrible yet. So, I'll keep an open mind as we move forward, but really the sector I'm focused on is XLV. I'm looking at names like ISRG, hoping I can get a 21 EMA hammer there. LLY, would love to see a handle form on this one. ONC, would love to see a handle form on this one or a 21 EMA hammer. And then there's UPB that looks good off the 21 EMA. It's more speculative. Goss, more speculative, but those are in my perfect speculator scans. And then iron. Iron just recently knocked me out of all my position, but that white triangle means this was a long position. Whenever I get filled on my end, I add a white triangle. I followed and tracked the stocks on an end-of-day basis, but I got to admit, sometimes my trading, not so good. So after this session, whenever it got red bop, I put my final stop right there below that low a day. It shook me out, and now iron looks fine. Technical buyback signal on Thursday, but with the market looking the way it did, I had no interest. But that being said, iron looks great. Now, actually, what I want to talk about, you'll notice how I don't get super excited whenever I lose trades, and I lose on trades all the time, cut my losses, no big deal. But whenever I also have a big winner, you're never going to see me lose my mind. And maybe if I had grade A size in this one, I would. But you can see the white triangle in CDTX. And another reason why I love these kind of charts is because CDTX was giving me good signals back here. All of these were good signals, get long signals, but nothing was amazing and nothing properly stacked up and aligned until right here. That pocket pivot point signal got my attention, but this one right here, now I'm getting long. Right, a hammer candle right off the 21, which is right above the 50. Look at all that green bop in the chart after its heaviest volume day ever on very positive drug results right here. It's gorgeous, but it's a biotech, so it's hard to ever treat anything with grade A. But this is definitely a grade B signal. Get long, and everything is pretty much perfect with it. But recently, we got a great ad signal on this day right here. CDTX gave us an ad signal on 11.7, hammer candle right through the 21 EMA. Look at all that green bop, little bit of yellow bop, but no red bop in this chart. We added to our position on the 7th, never even came close to running any stops despite the market turmoil. And then today, buy out by mark. So it's a 100% sell signal. Gonna toot my own horn a little bit. 225% gain from the original long signal from this recent ad signal with no sells before it, 108% gain. It is a 100% end of day sell signal. But CDTX, hey, if this chart, let's say that this setup right here is something like Palantir or Hood, yeah, stupid size. And then if it looks like this during the market pullback and you get that signal right there, sure. But it's a biotech stock, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But congratulations to everyone that was long. My top stocks of focus right now would be LLY if I can get that set up, ONC or ISRG. I'm kind of looking at the XLV sector. But open-minded to how this market's going to go. Like I said, there's other good-looking stocks out there. I'll show them, run through them that I flagged. NBTX, ARQT. You'll notice most of these are on the medical sector, but even Qualcomm looks pretty good. eToro off the lows, a recent, or not a recent, but a Cathie Wood buy after it IPO'd before its earnings report came out and sent the stock lower. It's looking good. FIGR IPO reclaiming its 21. Nice surge in price action today. And I also noticed VLO and MPC. So now you got oil stocks with healthcare stocks. So it's not screaming risk on really, but at least there are some good names out there. You got JCap breaking out, looking like it's going to want to move much higher. I believe that has a 97 composite rating. So pretty good for an IPO. But like I said, it's not all dire out there, but XLF kind of had a bad day today. That's kind of like the number one sector with XBI, GDX, and XLV. And now those oil names like MPC, VLO, really liked Halliburton, but it had a bad Wednesday, but it's holding up. So I like Halliburton too. So unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to take anything new on the swing side. And even if I got anything today, unless it was as green as that CDTX chart was, whenever we went long, whenever we added to it, unless it was this green, even if I get a signal, they're since 1010, they've been grade B quality, zero grade A qualities. But even with grade B quality, they're just going to get grade C size for right now. What I'm looking for with this tape, for instance, we have a good update today. We get a follow through day within the next 3 to 4 days, which is up over, to me, 1% only. I just need 1% heavier volume than the day before. yeah, then we'll start kicking it back up on the long side. But for now, cash is a position too. Feel good in cash. I'm sure there's other things I want to discuss, but we'll go ahead and wrap up the video there. Remember, this uptrend, buying breakouts early on is fine. If we get a follow through day, I'll look to buy breakouts again. But when you start buying breakouts after this long of an uptrend without a really normal and usual pullback, you're really risking it. It really becomes quite sketchy. And whenever you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's hard to be too bulled up when these are basically your two biggest hell for risk on assets. Just want to look at BMR and BLSH. Yeah, new lows. Yeah, it's not time yet. How's Webull even looking? I like to look at Webull too, and yeah, it's just not time yet, guys. There will be a time, but even if the market wants to pull back more, that's fine with me. I'll take a 10 to 20% correction. I'm well prepared for it right now. But if the market also wants to put in a follow through day and rally into the end of the year, I'm okay with that too. Be like water, my friends. Stay neutral.